What's up, guys? I just wanted to give an update on how I'm doing. So many times I've written it out and typed it out. I'm finally able to get out of bed and move around a little bit more, so that kind of spurred me on to do a video update for those who don't like to read. One of the questions that I've gotten asked so many times is, what happened? Some people think he had a mountain bike crash, he had another crash. But actually what happened was I had a very minor routine back surgery, and I had major complications. And to be honest, the doctors still are not sure why. I'm kind of like that 0.0 something percent for people that have complications, and to this day we still don't understand why. I'm the reason why they have you sign a waiver and understand that anything can happen, even in the most basic routine surgeries. The good news is I'm getting better, and I'm so grateful for God. I'm so grateful to God for that. As a matter of fact, this morning I was able to drive on my own to my first jiu-jitsu class. I just watched. I had to sit in my wheelchair, which is the most comfortable place for me to sit. And I'd sit for a while, walk for a while, sit for a while, walk for a while. And the three problems that I'm having still, and they are getting better, but they're getting better so slowly. One is I still have some pain in my tailbone area. Again, we don't know why. We're assuming it's still radiating from the L4, L5 area, S1, S2. And then I do have my left leg goes to sleep. It goes numb and it hurts. The good news is it doesn't seem to be like the right leg, where there you could draw a line down the outside of it, was pointed exactly to the sciatic nerve. That's the reason why I had the surgery, is they went in there and they cleaned out around that nerve, and they ground down some bone and got rid of a scar tissue from a full fusion surgery 4 years ago. But the good news is it feels very different than that, and I think it's just part of the healing and inflammation and such going down. The question that I'm asked a lot is, what else is wrong? What's taking you so long? So not only that tailbone pain, and not only the leg going to sleep, but the last thing is, for some reason when I walk, my hips seem to be way out in front of me. It's like I lead too much with my hips. And so I've been working on PT. Thank God for EW Motion Therapy and Ethan and my other physical therapist, Franklin. They've really helped me on this walking, and I'm already seeing progress. So these three areas, leading with the hips, pain in the tailbone, left leg hurting, going to sleep, they're all getting better. Thank God. And it makes me really feel for those who have injuries like this and way worse, who don't ever get better. My heart goes out to people like that. I've ministered to people like that in the past and tried to help them. But whenever you're in a similar situation, you really have a better idea of how they feel. Now, I don't have a complete idea of how they feel, because I think I'm getting better, whereas a lot of people know they're not going to get better. So my heart really goes out to those people. There's no guarantee that I will get better, though. So it's definitely a mind game. I do talk to people who say, hey, I had a back surgery 5 years ago, and I'm in worse shape now than I ever was. So, that's always rolling around in my mind, and that's the tough thing. That's the unknown. But in life, we deal with unknowns, right? Any one of us could have a car accident any day, any time. We all have one thing in common, and that is life is dangerous. And I've kind of addressed these things in quite a longer written form about my experience with this, where I got into the real nitty-gritty of how I felt like I was literally going to die, not like figuratively, but literally. It was like I was at the top of a tree and the branch broke, and I started to fall, and each branch that I tried to grab a hold of would break, and I'd fall more, and I'd fall more, and I'd fall more, and I just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And, I've been around a lot of dying people in hospice, and I really felt like what they experienced, the best of my, knowledge for what they experienced. And thank God, finally my fall started to break, and now I'm climbing back up that tree. I have a long ways to go. All I could do this morning was just watch. It's going to be a long time before I'm able to roll. I'm able to get on the bike on the trails that I like, or even easy trails for that matter. So it's a long ways to go, but I do think I'm moving in the right direction. And in retrospect, what I think happened, and again, this is just a guess, is I think that my body just did not like to be cut on in that area again. So just to review, I was cut on that in that area 4 years ago for the fusion. I went in for the routine surgery on October 7th. I was cut on again. And whenever they cut, as far as I know, they're dealing with cutting through muscle, tissue, nerves, and things I don't even know about. And I think my body just revolted against that. And then, of course, they had to go in for an emergency surgery to make sure that I didn't have a infection in my spinal cord or near my spinal cord. So they had to cut again that time. So that's 2 times in the last 3 months. I'm really excited because today is December 7th, and my surgery was October 7th. So it's literally 3 months to the day. I always try to think about how bad I had it, my worst, and then compare it to my best day. And when I do that, it's like night and day. Like, I really almost had to learn to walk again. And it was because the pain was so bad and I'd been in bed so long. So, comparing it to the worst to the best, which is today, I'm definitely getting better, but I have such a long ways to go. So psychologically, that's tough because, none of us have patience. I'm excited that I do have a place like my porch here. I'm out on my deck, and this is where I do my PT. So I have a place to get outside. Temperatures really drop. I like to have, work in cold temperatures and hot temperatures, so I'm able to get out here on my deck and able to drive to jiu-jitsu. I definitely want to drive to church as soon as I can. So if you're interested in more in depth of what happened to me, hit me up. I'll send you a description of what happened to me. And then if you're interested in just, not quite that in depth, but just a little bit in terms of the way I've processed this theologically, why do bad things happen to people, then hit me up and I can give you a shorter description of that in written form in case you're interested. Hey, I hope you have a happy new year.